And finally, we're down to 2. After beginning the tournament with 32 teams, the final will be between Argentina and France. And today I'll be predicting the result of the final. But since there's only one game, I'm also going to talk about what happened in the lead up to this match and how both teams got here. So let's get into it. The qualifiers went off without a hitch for both these teams. France topped Group D of the UEFA's qualifiers, going undefeated with 5 wins and 3 draws, while Argentina also went undefeated with 11 wins and 6 draws, finishing behind Brazil. They also didn't finish one of their matches against Brazil, as was infamously called off mid-game due to a COVID outbreak. When the group stage draws were done on April 1st, Argentina were drawn into Group C along with Saudi Arabia, Mexico and Poland, while France were in Group D with Denmark, Tunisia and the winner of the Australia vs Peru Interconfederation playoff. This would end up being Australia. About 8 months later, the tournament kicked off, with Argentina playing against Saudi Arabia on match day 1. A Lionel Messi penalty in the 10th minute started off for Argentina. Argentina then scored 3 more times, but I kid you not, every single one was ruled offside. Nonetheless, the Argentinians went into the half-time break leading 1-0. In the second half, Saudi Arabia would change the game and goals from Salah Al-Shiri and Salam Al-Dosari gave Saudi Arabia a 2-1 win, giving us one of the greatest World Cup upset victories of all time. France then had their first match against Australia. Another upset looked to be on the cards as Craig Goulden opened the scoring for the Aussies. However, Adrien Rabiot tied it up before Olivier Giroud gave the French the lead. Kylian Mbappe scored the third before Giroud got himself a brace and France won 4-1. Argentina's next match against Mexico was a must-win, because if they lost, they were most likely out. But a long-range strike from Lionel Messi and a curl from Enzo Fernandez gave Argentina a 2-0 win. France then played Denmark, who looked to be the toughest opponents in their group. Kylian Mbappe opened the scoring in the second half before Andres Christensen equalised 7 minutes later. But Mbappe had one more trick up his sleeve and scored off his thigh to get France a 2-1 win and put them in the knockouts. France's final match against Tunisia meant nothing to them and they fielded a weakened team. They lost 1-0 but still finished on top of Group D. Meanwhile, Argentina had to win their final match against Poland to finish on top of Group C. And that's exactly what they did. Lionel Messi missed a penalty, but goals from Alexis McAllister and Julian Alvarez put Argentina on top of Group C with a 2-0 win. On to the knockouts, where Argentina would play Australia and France would play Poland. In Argentina's match, a bit of Lionel Messi magic would open the scoring, making it 1-0 at half-time. And let me tell you, Lionel Messi was incredible this game. You could have had the entire Australia team and his Argentina teammates trying to tackle him, and he still would have run through all 21 of them. And Matt Ryan would give Julian Alvarez a goal in the second half, doubling the Argentinian lead. Enzo Fernandez scored an own goal and gave Australia hope, but Argentina would hold on and move on to the quarterfinals. Then there was France vs Poland. Olivier Giroud opened the scoring for Le Bleu right on half-time, and Kylian Mbappe scored a brace in the second half. A very late penalty for Poland gave Robert Lewandowski his first World Cup goal, but it would mean nothing as France moved on with a 3-1 win. So now the quarterfinals. Argentina would play the Netherlands and France would play England. Noel Molina opened the scoring in the Argentina vs Netherlands match thanks to a beautiful assist from Lionel Messi. Messi then scored a penalty in the 73rd minute. It was 2-0 to Argentina and it was the Lionel Messi show. And the match was pretty much over. I mean, the Netherlands are bringing on Burnley flop out Weghorst. No way he'll impact the match.
Berghaus, Weghorst!
I mean, Argentina is still winning.
Koopmeiners, smart!
Extra time it is then. No goals were scored in extra time, but a lot of yellow cards were handed out. 17 yellows were handed out during the game, the most in World Cup history. And after a gritty match with a lot of fighting, we had a penalty shootout. Virgil van Dijk and Steven Berghuis missed for the Netherlands, and Argentina got the last laugh, winning 4-3 on pens. Over to France vs England, where Aurelien Tchouameni got the game going with a long-range strike, which as of right now is probably the goal of the tournament. England won a penalty in the second half and Harry Kane converted. But Olivier Giroud got the lead back for the French in the 78th minute. But the game wasn't over, as Theo Hernandez failed Mason Mount and England had another penalty. Since Harry Kane scored his first pen with no problems, you'd expect him to do it again. France were going to win 2-1, as Kane's miss became the latest addition to a long list of England heartbreak. Now the semi-finals were interesting. People expected it to be Argentina vs Brazil and France vs Portugal, but we had not one but 2 shock results. Instead, the semi-finals were Argentina vs Croatia and France vs Morocco. Against Croatia, Argentina were given their 4th penalty of the World Cup, which Lionel Messi converted. Julian Alvarez then doubled the lead 5 minutes later before scoring a brace in the second half thanks to an incredible Lionel Messi run, which meant Argentina moved on to the final with a routine 3-0 victory. Then in France vs Morocco, Theo Hernandez opened the scoring early for the French. Morocco then dominated the remainder of the first half but couldn't equalise. And the North African side would have to pay for that, as Meno Kolo Muani scored France's second and put France in the final with a 2-0 win, meaning that our 2022 World Cup final is between France and Argentina. So before I predict the game, let's just look at the players a bit. The 2 players that I'm most excited to watch in this game are the 2 playmakers, Lionel Messi and Antoine Griezmann. I'm really happy that both of them are having great World Cups. We all heard what people were saying about Messi last year. He's washed, he's uninterested, he's not the same player. But he is proving his doubters wrong with some vintage performances. And similar things were said about Griezmann after he flopped to Barcelona, but he's playing great at this World Cup. This isn't the goal-scoring Griezmann we saw in 2016. He's actually really different. Griezmann is essentially midfielder nowadays, and he's playing great in his new role. And while Messi's obviously a much better dribbler, I see a lot of similarities between Messi and Griezmann in their passing and moving. Then you have the goal scorers. For France, it's Kylian Mbappe and Olivier Giroud. The 2 are about as different as chalk and cheese as footballers, but they make it work for Le Bleu, with 9 goals in this tournament. And don't forget Ousmane Dembele. Due to the incredible tournaments that Griezmann, Mbappe and Giroud are having, Dembele's gone under the radar, but he has been playing well. And finally, Karim Benzema. He's been injured the entire tournament, but apparently he's back. And while he's probably not starting due to the fact that Giroud's better for France, and he's also not on good terms with France's manager Didier Deschamps, bringing him on for the final 10 minutes when you need a goal, yeah, that could work. As for Argentina, the top goal scorer is Lionel Messi with 5 goals, but Julian Alvarez is right behind him with 4. Lautaro Martinez has looked shaky this tournament, but can still find the net. While it's probably his final game of international football, Angel Di Maria will be looking to go out with a bang. Over to the defense, where Argentina are led by their goalie Emi Martinez. Martinez actually has a poor save percentage at this World Cup, but after the shootout win versus the Netherlands and the clean sheet versus Croatia, he's in great form going into the final. France have Hugo Lloris in goal, but the best part of their defense is their centre back. Ibrahima Konate was elite against Morocco, and you expect him to start against Argentina. Along with him, France have Rafael Varane, David Upamecano, William Saliba, and Jules Koundé in the centre back position. So, let's get into the prediction. With all the hype this game has, I think the first 90 minutes will be a letdown with no goals. I do think Kingsley Coman will put the ball in the back of the net, however the offside flag will deny him. So then it's into extra time, and the goals will start coming. In the 104th minute, I've got Rafael Varane scoring a header and France taking the lead, with LeBlanc only 15 minutes away from a World Cup. But in the 117th minute, I've got one more twist, as Lionel Messi goes on and chips Hugo Lloris to make it 1-1 and send the game to penalties. In the penalty shootout, I've got France being up 32 after 3 pens. But Emi Martinez will put himself in the history books, and save pens from Kingsley Coman and Aurelien Tchouameni. And thanks to 2 of his teammates scoring their penalties, Argentina will win the World Cup 4-3 after a penalty shootout, meaning that Lionel Messi will indeed get the perfect ending to his perfect career. So, that's my prediction. After the game, I've got 2 more World Cup videos coming out. There'll be a World Cup review and also a video about Morocco, similar to my 2014 Costa Rica video. Once those 2 videos are out, I'll release a lot of video essays over 2023, so make sure to sub for those. But have a great day guys, make sure to like, comment and sub, and I'll see you next time.